Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Final Whistle. We're back again with another episode, and as you can see, we have a full list of people on the screen. Other people are going to join, and this episode is going to be very interesting because we're going to do a transfer review. And as you can see, I have my guy Bobby here. Bobby is our Spurs fan, and the reason why Bobby is on, you guys know, is because Spurs are doing big things. They got Gareth Bale. They got the striker. They got the left back that looks very exciting. So, Bobby, this episode is all about you, at least, right? Because then when things don't go right, I'm going to invite you back on your seventh table. So, But I'll give you your flowers while you're here. Spurs has been doing massive things. Gareth Bale is back. You got Reguilon. You signed a striker. Then you got another midfielder. You beat United 6-1. The team just looks good. But let me focus on Gareth Bale real quick. What do you expect from the guy? Because I'm trying to convince myself where he's going to fit in. I'm trying to see if he's going to be the guy that's going to be still tearing it up. I don't expect him to be as good as he was before he left a while in his prime at Real Madrid. But where do you see him? Do you think he's a guy that can produce as consistently as he did, not onto the level of Real Madrid, but still at a point where he can start game in and game out? Or is that one of those signings where it helps with the team camaraderie? You got a big signing, it boosts everybody up. He's not going to put up a lot of numbers, but then, he can contribute here and there. Where do you see this Gareth Bale thing going?
I actually see it kind of being in between those two things. Mm-hmm. He's not going to start every game, but he's not going to just be there for team morale.
Okay.
And Jose Mourinho, much as I hate him, but I love him, and that's kind of the love affair we have with him at Spurs at this point. He's smart enough to know what Gareth Bale is going to be able to offer. And no, we're not going to see him starting every single game, but Jose Mourinho is going to plug him in when it's needed. And I think he's going to contribute, whether it's a goal or an assist. I mean, he's the same as Harry Kane, where he's so underrated on his passing ability. Mm-hmm. He's going to be able to help out. So I'm excited for him because like I was telling you guys earlier, I fell in love with Spurs because of Gareth Bale.
Yeah,
coming back is not only for the team, it's for the fans. Bringing him back has made people over the moon happy. So. I mean, time will tell. We'll see what happens, but I think he'll offer some good things.
It's very interesting because, I want to touch on what you said about Mourinho and Bale. We know how Mourinho is with mostly his star players.
Yeah.
We know Gareth Bale's, his situation at Real Madrid and how him and the coach didn't see eye to eye. Mourinho is not a guy that's going to back down to anybody. He had problems at United with Pogba. He had problems at Chelsea with Hazard and Fabregas. He had problems right now with Danny Rose and Dele Alli. Do you see something where if things don't – I think when everything is going well, everything will be fine. But if things don't go well, where do you see this relationship working out?
I actually don't think that there's going to be too much of a problem with Bale and Mourinho. Mourinho wanted to bring Bale to Madrid, just couldn't afford it at the time. And of course, it happened after Mourinho left. It'll be a little more interesting to see how the relationship with Mourinho and Dele Alli plays out. I think it's actually going well because he's put Dele Alli's kind of lit a fire under his ass. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of see. Dele Alli knows he has all the potential in the world, but he's not a world-class player yet. And you kind of see he's okay, I'm not going to leave to go to PSG. I'm not going to go to leave wherever else he was connected to. He's okay, now I've got to prove it to Mourinho.
Yeah.
And I think Mourinho is a lot better of a person behind the scenes than he is in front of camera.
The Amazon Prime thing kind of, because honestly, if I'm being honest, when the cameras are on, people kind of change a bit.
Oh yeah.
People when things are on, everybody want to be motivational and everybody, let's go guys and stuff. I'm not sure if it's really. I mean, and also it's a documentary. They're not going to show you all the bad parts. Everything wasn't kumbaya. I'm sure there were fights and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not sure about that part, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and the Danny Rose thing, I don't think that's all Mourinho. Danny Rose started throwing a fit long before Mourinho had even gotten there, and he had problems with Pochettino. And in all our fans' eyes, like, I love Pochettino, he's a god.
Yeah.
But how could you have problems with Pochettino? But they did. They butted heads. And I think even before Pochettino, he was butting heads with AVB. He was butting heads with Redknapp when he started there. So, we'll kind of see how things play out. I think Danny Rose is off going somewhere in January.
Yeah, especially when you guys got the new left back. But we'll get to the other signings. Let me get the guys in. Evan, where did you have Spurs before the season?
I had them as sixth.
After all the stuff that's happened, where do you see them now?
It's too early to just change my decision, but I'm not moved by their signings or anything. Granted, they do have a deep squad now. They have a legend coming back home and whatnot, but that doesn't really change anything for me. It's too early to just go about saying, hey, I'm going to change my prediction for the season. I'll leave it as it is for now. Probably December, then I start making my final decision. Okay, this is what's going to happen. But as of today, it's just going to be six for them, regardless of the signings. Go ahead.
What do you expect from Gareth Bale and coming in?
So yeah, with Gareth Bale, I just expect him to be the same old player. Well, I'm not putting a lot of expectation out there saying that he should be starting all games in and out and whatnot. But I expect him to display some great performances in certain games, like classic games. I'm looking forward to see him against Chelsea, looking forward to see him against City. Those are the games I'm looking forward to see him play in. And I feel like in those games, he would carry the team. Like, that's how I see it for now.
You think that he's capable of carrying the team?
I didn't say that. I said he is capable of carrying. That's what I said. I say he's going to carry the team in those games, like the City games, derby games, like City, Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever you call it. And those games, that is the guy to watch out for.
And you think he's still capable of doing that?
Yeah, I still think he's capable of doing that. Like, he's proven over and over, so why wouldn't he do it again?
So my only thing is, I get that he's proven over and over, but he's had bad injuries, and he's been out of form for the last 2 years. That's my only reason why I'm not sure if he can still, play at that level where he can carry a team to victory. Because he used to, we were just talking about it off air, how he torched Mike Conn when he was coming up, and he would single-handedly win games for Spurs before he left. And he even did that at Real Madrid with all those stars. I'm not sure if he can still do that. And you still think he can provide that magic in the big
league? I still believe that he can do it. Reason being is, this guy's exceptional. Regardless of whatever is going on the past 2 years with him, I still think he's capable of doing it. I still think that what Spurs currently have going on in terms of team building, in terms of the structure that they try to put in place, I feel like that is going to spark a lot of things for him to, like, get on the pitch and be like, listen, we're up to something this season. I want to win, and I'm going to make sure that we find a way to win. So that's why I'm saying he's going to be the X factor in the team this year when they play those derby games.
But Evan, you're saying he's going to be an X factor, but you still don't think
in the derby games.
So he's not. So against Fulham, he's not going to show up.
He's not going to be playing those games. Like, those games, they're going to, like, rest him. Like, I feel like his purpose for this project is for the derby games. Because if you notice, last season they struggled against us. We beat them. I'm a Chelsea fan, by the way, if I can put out there. So yeah, we beat them. And I feel like Mourinho is not going to be out there, like, looking for Chelsea to be in back-to-back, which he already redeemed himself once. And I feel like he's making all these signings for, again, big games. Big games like are against us. And again, he proved himself against United. So you watch out for what Spurs have coming up for this season. But as of now, my prediction as to where they're going to finish at the end of the season hasn't changed because it's too early to make any final adjustments to my standing for the end of the season.
Well, you're a Chelsea fan, so obviously you're going to be on the pessimistic side, which I understand. But I mean, I get what you mean. Like Spurs usually struggle with the big games, and they would beat all the other little teams, and it's the big games that they'll struggle. So if he shows up, then Derek, the other Spurs fan on the Derek. So you're the only guy out of 5 of us that has Spurs in the top 4 before even they made all these signings.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're not gonna push them outside the top 4 after
you want to bump them up, actually.
after what you've seen. Because Bobby, so Derek's thing, last season we had the episode when Mourinho came and you guys were winning so well. And he said that he feels like Mourinho can win the league with Spurs in the next 2 years. Now, he backtracked a bit after, the things weren't going so well. But that's how high a Chelsea fan like Derek is on the Spurs situation and Mourinho. He's more of a Mourinho fan than, the Spurs, but I understand it. So, Derek, Gareth Bale, what do we think?
So with the Spurs team and with the Bale signing, as a matter of fact, I only spent, some time learning about the Spurs team and what, the whole team is about more recently when I watched the Amazon Prime documentary. And I've always been a Mourinho fan, and that actually is what led me to want to spend time to understand, the team and what they're trying to do. Honestly, I think the team has gotten to a point where they want to win. They feel they have built the team to a certain point where it's like we're not working on the team anymore. With Pochettino, it was almost like we're working on building a team. Now they feel like we have a team that can win, but we have to bring in a manager that has a winning mentality and can push these guys to win. It was almost like one of the profound things that Mourinho said in one of the documentaries, like, you guys are great, but you're just a bunch of really nice guys. If you want to win, you cannot continue to be nice. You have to be rough. You have to want to win. You have to play dirty sometimes. You have to do a little bit of the dirty work sometimes, and sometimes be the bad guy if you really want to win and have trophies. And I think that is the mentality that he has brought. With the whole Bale signing, I think it was excellent. Like, I know, Eben was saying, earlier about how he's not quite sure about how much this guy is going to contribute. I think he's going to be in every game. I think Bale is not going to be the Bale that has to carry the team. He doesn't have to do that job now, because I still think even without the Bale signing, Spurs could have still gotten into the top 4 like I had predicted from the beginning. Now that they have him, I feel you're not going to be stuck with, I have to play, Son on the left, play Lamela on the right, sometimes bring in, what's his name, Bergwijn on there. That is not Lucas Moura. It's not going to be the story anymore. Now it's going to be everybody's fighting to get into the team. And I'm not sure Bale is going to be handed, free lunch with this. He's actually going to have to come in and prove something. And I think he's really ready to prove. I watched his interview recently, talking about him coming back and what. The guy is so confident and so calm because he understands the terrain. He knows he's back to what actually made him who he is. And he's really ready to fire on all cylinders and actually show the role, the type of person that he is. Some of the things that had happened in Real Madrid, he was talking about it and how disappointed he was and how he felt that he had been handed, the short end of the stick, etc. I feel he's going to use his opportunity in Spurs to show the world that he's still the Gareth Bale that we've always known him to be. Maybe he can't do that for so many years because he's, 31 right now? Mm-hmm. But with however many years he can play, 2-3 years, I think he's going to be excellent. He's going to play excellent football. If there are no injuries and all of those other factors that, sometimes can make things difficult, I am really excited for the Spurs team and what they can be able to, do. The only thing that I'm not happy about is now I feel a little bit scared for the Chelsea team because I feel everybody is ramping up. And so when I am not, seeing, the names and then the big players who can change, if I don't see that in my team and I see a struggle, in West Brom games and stuff like that, it makes me start to feel that, people are ready and they're on fire and what are we doing? We can't be losing games like this. If I see Everton games, it makes me scared. I'm like, this is a team that is ready. And maybe this is a bit too early. Aston Villa is scoring Liverpool. Everybody is ready. Everybody wants to prove something. And I don't want to feel like we're behind. I don't want my team, Chelsea, I don't want to feel like, we're behind. So kudos to, Spurs. I know you're going to do great things, and I'm not going to take back my word on what I originally thought about the team. Even you think I'm going to send Manchester United a little bit lower in the rankings that I started with.
Well, yeah. I had to wait for that. Let me get you for the last thoughts on this. We're talking about the Gareth Bale signing specifically for Spurs. And so before I go to Yaga, you still think Gareth Bale can provide the goods?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
That's interesting. Okay, so Yaga, same thing. Like, what do you expect from Gareth Bale signing? Because I'm torn between, is he going to be one of those guys that comes in the locker room and helps the morale of the team, or is he going to be tearing it up? Not necessarily tearing it up like he did before, but still, 75% Gareth Bale is better than most wingers in the league. So what do you expect from Gareth Bale this year?
I mean, I think with his signing itself, it would actually inspire the players a lot. Because, of course, Gareth Bale, you have a 4-time Champions League medal winner in your locker room. And I think after watching his interview, you could tell he's mentally ready. As Derek said, he wants to prove himself. Because in Madrid, the fans, the board, the coach, like, they didn't like him. And I feel like he feels much appreciated at Spurs. Mm-hmm. And I definitely believe he has something to prove. I think, as Derek said, there's not a lot of pressure on him. Because you have these other players as well that will play great. I don't think he's going to start every game, but having Gareth Bale in your squad is actually a great thing to have. So I think I have Spurs. If Spurs in general would actually do great. I think I want to change. If we have to change anything, I think I would have to change Spurs' position on the ball. I think they'll do great because Mourinho has his mojo on. They're playing great. And I don't know too well about the defense, but they still scoring a lot of goals. Harry Kane being an assist, he's assisting well. Yeah. Song. It just looks like a great Spurs team. And having Bale in the team, I mean, I think they'll have a great season. And on top of that, I think they'll win a trophy this season. They will win the trophy this season. So I think Bale, to answer your question, it's a great addition to the team. He has something to prove. I think he's ready. He loves the fans. The fans love him back. Why not? I think he's going to have a great season.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the season, at the end of this episode, I'm going to ask everybody for their revised top 6 because a lot of things have changed. We haven't gotten the top 6 yet, but we'll ask you for the top 6 at the end of this episode. So, Bobby, finally, the other signing on Reguilon was huge potential Real Madrid player that Manchester United wanted. The other episode, Yago was talking about how much he wanted this guy. There was a buyback clause that United didn't want. You guys got him. In the game against Chelsea, he just looks like a quick, exciting. He gets forward. You got a striker. I don't remember last time you guys signed the actual number 9 to back up Harry Kane.
Me either.
Me either, right? So, Ronaldo, I think. So, that's another one. You got.
Wait, there was somebody there.
There was another guy. Oh my God,
what was his name during the Champions League time?
I forgot his name.
Ronaldo, and they had the Dutch guy from.
The Dutch guy. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
there was somebody there. I forgot his name.
It was a Dutch guy, and he scored some goals in the Dutch league, but then
he only scored 1 goal.
He scored only 1 goal. But like aside of that, now they signed a prop. Like the guy was the leading goal scorer in Portugal, so he's like his pedigree is high. So Bobby, finally, what do you think about all these signings and how is there anything that you would say maybe if we get one more signing, or are you satisfied with the team? Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm satisfied, and I think Højbjerg is
who wouldn't be
right?
Really underrated signing. And Matt Doherty and Reguilon on the 2 wings. The defense is going to be fantastic for us. I would have liked another center back. I think we should have brought in someone quality. Mm-hmm. And there was talk, like way back when Mourinho had just started with Tottenham, there's talk about bringing in Kimpembe or someone like that, and I got really excited. Yeah. And so not seeing a center back come in is a little disappointing. but you add in Bale at the last minute and all these other guys. Like
you have a right back, right? What was his name? I think you got a new guy.
Doherty, he's from Wolves.
George.
He's
him.
good.
Yeah,
Very good. Yeah,
he's
very
solid.
good.
And he's already made an impact, but he's been the slowest one to acclimate.
Mhm.
So it's incredible how quick all of these guys have started to contribute. Like I don't see Højbjerg not playing in a game this season.
He's solid too.
So let me play devil's advocate, because I love playing devil's advocate when everything is going well. You beat United 6-1, but let's be honest, they were down a man, right? It was 2-1 and they were down a man. The scoreline maybe have favored you guys. We've seen the Mourinho team last year start off very good and they tailed off. What do you think what makes this year different? Is it the new signing, the new blood that has come in? Is it the second season that Mourinho has to build his team, or because I don't see when
I was working for the Las Vegas Lights, the coolest thing about working there was I got to talk to Eric Ronaldo a lot. Like, the legend. He's now in the coaching game.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a name for himself, and the biggest kind of contributor to the way he coaches is Mourinho. Like they talk on the cell phone all the time, which was very surprising to hear. But when I started talking to Ronaldo about kind of his tactics and what he was doing, he's like, yeah, I'm playing the Mourinho game here. And he's like, I just don't have the right players.
Yeah.
Lights suck. And so when I look at the team last year and what Mourinho is trying to do, that was him just starting to kind of mold that team. So now he gets the players he wants, the right players to play the way that he wants. Ronaldo was if you look at Mourinho's Chelsea, they were impossible to break down. They conceded 15 goals that season?
Yeah.
Insane. So now Mourinho has his pieces, the pieces that he wanted. Levy finally back to coach with money somehow. So that's why we're so excited. That's why we're firing on all cylinders, and it's going to be interesting to see if we can keep that all the way through the whole season. I don't want to see any dips.
Yeah, that's because I'm my only thing is you can start off well, but how long does it take until the players start to get tired of Mourinho? That's my only thing. Because I think when everything is new, I was telling you guys last season, everything was so new and Mourinho was new, and things were, when something new comes out, and everybody is amped up, everybody's excited, and it's kind of but then when the honeymoon period goes away, does it still, go up or still go down? So it's very interesting to see where this
And if we keep winning, everyone's going to stay happy.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Winning cures everything.
Absolutely. So, I got my fingers crossed. We'll see how the season goes.
We'll see. I tell you, I've never been I think this is probably the most exciting Premier League season because, like Derek was saying, there are so many good teams and so many potential teams to cause upsets, and the top four could be rearranged. Then, yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited to watch.
Hey, can I say one thing about? Jeff, you did make a comment about the Spurs win over Man United. It's they had a red card and blah blah blah. Listen, when Chelsea played Liverpool, we had a red card too. But what was the scoreline of that game? No, I'm only saying this because a red card doesn't make all the difference. It makes a difference, but doesn't make all the difference.
I know.
So I don't want us to burst their bubble, the Spurs bubble that, there's a red card. Well, if there was a red card, why did Liverpool not totally wash us away when we got a red card too?
I was hating a bit. I just,
listen, Jeff.
I think you need to be solid. You need to be solid. You need to focus and actually get the job done when you think you're actually above the other team in terms of, getting a red card and stuff like that. So let's not even underestimate that win. It was strong. The red card worked in their favor, but it was still a strong performance.
Listen, Derek, I don't even think without a red card, they were winning actually. They were playing great.
Yeah.
They were playing great at 2-1. I don't think, it made a difference. Okay, maybe the scoreline, but United just clumsy.
Yeah, you're right.
They played
show up,
great, they played amazing football, and they won. Hey,
So is it?
Drawing that red card's a little of the nastiness that Mourinho is talking about.
Yep.
Come on. I personally thought Lamela should have been red carded as well.
No, there was no way that was a red card. But
I personally thought he should have been red carded as well. But it's in the past.